here putting in an Aiphone system for one of my customers, and I had to find a wire that was actually going to the outside, just a Cat 5e wire and cable. And I decided to use my, I think they call this the Qbit single gang hole cutter. It does a great job. I think down towards the end, you know, it rips the back of that paper a little bit, and I would imagine each piece of sheetrock is going to be different, but you see how it took out a pretty big chunk on the corner, which is better than on the back side where it grabs. But anyways, I just thought I would show you how clean a hole that cuts. There's only one little problem, and that is it cuts it pretty big, and you could see that movement, which as a whole, because you're going to be putting a cover over it, it's not that big of a deal, but it gives you a little room to get it left and right. But I wish it was a little bit tighter. These single gang low voltage trim rings, they're really flexible on the top, and if you put a bunch of pressure when you're screwing it in, it does bend in there and makes it feel not as stable as it should. And that's a big deal if you're mounting something to it. For instance, I'm mounting an Aiphone command station to one in the upstairs room, and is secure and feels good, but because there's a little bit of movement, I'm kind of curious as how it's going to do over time. What I may do is buy an old work high voltage box, and those are a little bit more rigid, and maybe that's what this is for. But if that's the case, then I'll just have to start buying these boxes, because it does a great job. And one of the other benefits, especially from the inside, is that you can hold a vacuum cleaner under it while you're doing it and save a whole bunch of cleanup. But you see how it broke that last corner out right there. I don't know if that's a fault of the actual the actual device itself. And as you can see, I've got it on one of the Milwaukee 12 volt what do they call these things, multi-tool, whatever. So it seems to do a pretty good job. It vibrates like heck. I mean, I guess that's its job, but man, it's pretty insane. And I'll try some different settings. Maybe I've got it too high, too low, and maybe that's why it vibrates more, or maybe that's why the hole is a little bit bigger, because it vibrates more.